No mai haere mai, welcome to 3 News. One of Christopher Luxon's key staff members has quit. It follows a staff investigation into allegations he made secret audio recordings during sessions with Wellington sex workers. Michael Forbes has been acting as the Prime Minister's Deputy Chief Press Secretary since February and has this afternoon offered an apology. He's also accused of amassing a gallery of images of women working out at a gym, shopping and being filmed through a window getting ready to go out. Investigations journalist Paula Penfold has this exclusive report.
Michael Forbes in India with the Prime Minister in March. His day job, as he describes it, providing advice for Christopher Luxon to communicate the government's priorities, milestones and successes to New Zealanders. But now he's the story.
Michael Forbes has made a mistake, and when we make mistakes, we need to face accountability for our actions.
Zara, we'll call her, is a postgraduate student and sex worker. In July last year, she says Michael Forbes was her client. She noticed he had 2 phones, both placed face down. Suspicious, she turned them over.
And I found that one was audio recording.
She and colleagues went through the phones.
There are at least 7 audio recordings of sex workers where he has recorded the bookings from start to finish.
What does that include, the booking from start to finish?
It includes greetings, getting to know each other at the start, and sexual intercourse and intimacy.
They also found dozens of photos of women at the gym or shopping in the supermarket.
They are very closely zoomed in on the woman's bottoms.
And more.
We also found videos of him recording 2 young women getting dressed. There are several moments where they're naked, where neither is wearing a top and you can see their exposed breasts. I was horrified. It was very scary. It felt like someone was, a man that was experiencing a high volume of sexual desire and was offloading that onto innocent women.
A complaint was made to police, but Forbes was not charged. The audio recordings were not illegal because under the law only one party needs to consent to recording. That was Forbes. The photos were taken in public places, also not illegal. But what about the video filmed through the window of women getting dressed?
He put his needs above theirs, and it's disgusting and wrong, and they have no idea, which is just completely unfair and unjust.
In a statement, police said they received a complaint from a Wellington brothel in July last year after a client was found to have concerning images and recordings on his phone. Police investigated, and having spoken to the individual and noting the event did not meet the threshold for criminal prosecution, the case was filed. What is the impact on you of this?
I felt traumatised. I had to pay money to process the trauma with a therapist.
And she believes Forbes' job made it worse.
And they have a duty to provide the truth to the public, and he cannot pick and choose when to apply those rules. You cannot go into a private arrangement and decide that you will no longer act ethically and justly.
Sex work researcher and advocate Sherida Fraser agrees.
It is a moral and ethical breach. It is a breach of consent and privacy and respect. And if this person is advising our government in one way or another, I think it is important that that we know.
We put all this to Forbes, who replied in a statement saying he wanted to apologise and says his actions were due to unresolved trauma and stress. Forbes says he understands his past actions may have undermined the trust people place in him, which is why he quit his job this morning. This afternoon, the Prime Minister's office sent a statement saying after receiving our questions, the matters were immediately raised with ministerial services and the Prime Minister was informed last evening. The allegations were discussed with the staff member and it was clear their employment was untenable. After what she went through, Zara also wants a law change so that intimate audio recordings are made illegal, just like video.
This law doesn't really reflect the nature of 2025, and it doesn't protect vulnerable people, which is sex workers, because it is a violation to be recorded, even if it is just your voice.
Another sex worker, Fern, agrees. You can have kinks up the yin-yang. It's the lack of consent that's the problem. Seeing a sex worker doesn't give you carte blanche when it comes to consent. You haven't rented a vessel, it's a human being, and they have not consented to being recorded.
Audio intimate recording should be included as an amendment, perhaps in the intimate visual recording legislation. And yeah, I think there should be a punishment for that.
Something for the lawmakers to deal with now that the issue has been laid bare.
Okay, Paula, a lot to unpack in your story there. So how did this all come about?
Came about because multiple sex workers in Wellington decided that it was in the public interest that people should know that their client, Michael Forbes, had been doing this. They were not happy with how the police investigation went, and so they decided that they should go public with it.
Okay, now Michael Forbes has had quite a bit to say so far in his statement that he gave to you, didn't he?
He has. There's a lot more than was mentioned in that track. He also added that he has spent the past year reflecting on how he may have affected these women's sense of safety and ability to go about their lives and work. He said that no one should ever feel violated, unsafe or disrespected, especially in spaces where they should feel secure. And I'm truly sorry for contributing to an environment where women may have felt otherwise. He says that he has been in therapy over the past year and that has helped him to understand the roots of his behaviour.
Okay, Paula Penfold there, thank you for that exclusive report.